Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Antony Cummins. I'm a historical researcher and author. Please enjoy the video.
Right, today we're going to talk about ninjas in movies. Ninjas in movies. Now, of course, please support my channel and support this. I'm doing How to Be a Modern Samurai, 10 Steps to Finding Your Power and Achieving Success. There's an entire chapter on ninja in there, guys, and how to be a ninja today. Be a ninja before you get carried away. Right, question number one. Which is your favourite ninja film? And connected to that is which is your favourite portrayal of a ninja? So basically, it might be that you have a favourite ninja film, but also that there's a portrayal of a certain ninja in a different film that you love more. Now, for me, guys, they are both the same answer. There is only one film that is the greatest ninja film of all time, and that is Sakura Killers. Oh my God, Sakura Killers. So I remember as a child, I used to get this from the VHS shop, the video shop all the time. And I used to stay with my father every second weekend. He'd be like, not this film again. Shush, Sakura Killers, shush, Sakura Killers is on everyone. And I rented it time and time again. And to this day, I love it. I don't actually own it on DVD though, but it is on Amazon Prime. For those who have Amazon Prime, it is on there. So ninjas in movies. Okay, the reason I love Sakura Killers. See, this was going to be a video about historical ninjas, but now you just got me on Sakura Killers. The reason is it's just got the best opening in the world. It's a case of, it just gets you right in that mood for the ninja, and the guy's shadow comes on the wall, and like the Japanese flute comes in, and you're just like, mint. And then when the guys go through the training, they all get ghost masks. Ghost face ninja. So good. And anyway, but in Britain we got the shuriken cut out, so when I saw it later, the shuriken had been introduced. I was like, new bits of it, because if you don't know, for you guys in America, shuriken were absolutely outlawed here and were not even allowed on television because of, and the word ninja was even cancelled. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles became Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, and even changed the song and everything, because in the UK apparently we can't deal with ninjas. Right, so I got asked a question, Antony, how should ninjas be portrayed in movies, in films? And my first reaction to this question was like, what have I been doing for all these years? Like, what? I've literally done a channel with 600 or 700 videos. I've done about 1,000 videos of all, some are deleted, about how ninjas should look. And then I thought, hold on a minute. Okay, let's have a look at this. So, how should it be? Now, one of my primary aims is to sort out it is to sort out the myth of the ninja, get rid of the old and bring in the new. But it is not to stop people enjoying fantasy, to stop people enjoying created stories. I want that to happen. Computer games. I contacted Ubisoft when I was in Japan and said, my name's Antony. I'm a historical researcher. This is the work I've done on the ninja. Let me do your next Tenchu game. And then I think, is it the same company, the other one that did Assassin's Creed? I still contact them. But Ubisoft sent me an email saying, or a letter saying, sorry, we don't do outside, we don't hire outside people. Hire me then as an employee and I'll be an inside person. What's wrong with you? And to this day, they've not done ninja right. And to this day, Ubisoft, somebody send this to Ubisoft. I will make you the best ninja game in the world. Better than any other ninja game. Why? Because I know about ninjas, right? So what I don't want to do is let people think, oh, Antony just wants boring history and everything. I want there to be magic. I want there to be fantasy. I want there to be all sorts. But why don't we do this steeped in history? So, for example, you could have a character in a film, and it's a Hagiwara Juzo or Hagihara Juzo, and it could be that he's there. He's a real life person. He's a Ronin that is being tracked down by his enemies. I've done the book on this, The Lost Samurai School, if you want to get it, and it's all his skills in there. And he calls on the god Polaris, so like the god that's in the North Star, to come to him, and it comes in his dreams, and it gives him these secret ways, and he goes off and learns basically lots of different Buddhist sort of teachings, and he gets all these skills of the ninja, and he goes off and does, revenge attacks. bang, this is a computer game right there. You got gods in it, you got magic in it, you got historical stuff, you got everything you ever wanted. Films galore. There's no reason that just because you have to stick to history doesn't mean you can't have fantastical elements. Let's imagine the coca people, the coca pin thing. So the moon is there. I've done this one before. Your Gabriel Rosser did it. He actually did this. You scrape away the wood to create a hairpin during the lunar eclipse, chanting your magic words, bringing the darkness of clouds around you. In the hairpin goes, off you go, bang, ninja stuff. Imagine the films you could make. Just imagine them. If they let me on the set of Last Samurai. You know what I mean? The Last Samurai is, I bought it, I enjoy it, it's alright, it sort of fills my Japanophile love, but then I also think like, oh God, what are they doing? I am honourable samurai. Well, I am evil modern person with machines. And I am stereotypical ninja. And I am Tom Cruise. I'm in the middle. Let's do a story. And you're like, oh my God, could this be any more defunct as a film? So, and then I actually enjoyed 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves more than Last Samurai. Because I went into 47 Ronin thinking, oh my God, what are they going to do? But actually it was full of magic. It had the most ridiculous costumes. The costumes really let it down. If that had proper samurai costume, that film would actually be pretty damn good. Because it's totally like you would expect ancient Japan to be in a fantasy film. Dragons, sorceresses, wizards, and all that, you know, seeing chi and people moving. You'd be like, that is how the samurai believed their world was. In the mountain region over there, there's a dragon. You know what I mean? In earlier days, anyway, not the later samurai days, but my point being is you can put mystery into a film, you can put fantasy and all that sort of stuff and still have it based in history. Now, I did a show on Coast to Coast about 4 years ago, and the next day I got a phone call from an American Hollywood producer, said, Antony, write me a film. And I did some research on this guy. I'm not going to say his name. He's a real Hollywood producer, but he was a little bit of a shark and a little bit of a... So I spoke to, and he said, speak to this guy. You give me the number for another guy. And I phoned this guy, and the guy was like, oh, not him again. He said, I'm really sorry. He said, I don't take calls. He is a real producer, but he's a bit of a sort of like Jack the Lad, you know, a little bit of a shark character. And I told him what I did, and he said, well, you know, good luck with everything. So I wrote this entire script for a film, got it all sorted, lower budget film, gave it back to him. And he talked to me a few times, and then he wanted it done in a specific way, but basically he wanted me to go get some funding. And he was trying to angle that I go get funding, and then he gets some money out of it. Or basically he wanted me to do the work. So I gave him the script, and he was just, no, nothing ever came of it. So I still have this script that I spent months on, just hanging around doing nothing. So because a Hollywood producer asked me to do it. And if you want to know, I included Western people. I included females, you know, as like a powerful character. I included darkness of Japan. I included magic. It was a revenge story. There are gods in it. It was just mint, but nothing that was direct. She couldn't, like a god appears. It was all implied, and I thought I did a really good job. It wasn't the best script in the world, but I thought that was a bang-on job. But again, this sort of shark I didn't do what he wanted, or get the funding he wanted, or to help, so I just sort of went. So I have genuinely tried to get into computer games. I've genuinely tried to get into films. I've nearly had a film done with, like, I had that one link into Hollywood, and then it just fell apart. So that's a problem. But so how should these ninja be portrayed? Well, first of all, I always would like to do a contrast between the thief and the ninja. I would love to see a film open where a guy dressed in black comes in with a black mask on and creeping in, doing all that stuff, and then somebody catches him dressed as a samurai. And you're like, the audience would be like, okay, ninja, samurai. But then it turns out the ninja, the black-clad guy, is actually just a local thief who's just thieving at a local samurai's house. And but it's sort of like a samurai, a samurai of a bit higher status, and there's retained shinobi there. So the samurai dressed as samurai who caught him was actually an Igamono shinobi who was catching a thief, a Nusabito, who's dressed in what the audience assume as being a ninja, but actually he's totally dressed like a samurai. Why? Because they are samurai, Igamono samurai. So, you know, I mean, that's my, you know, that's how I would love to subvert expectations, as they say in Star Wars. So what you would have, and this goes down to Moley's question actually on armor, if you've been following my last few videos, is to say, what does a ninja look like? How should I draw a ninja? The same way you draw a samurai. There isn't a difference. It's like ninjas have blue ears, you know what I mean? It's just it's the same way. They're wearing the same kit, they're doing the same, you know, sort of like looking the same, if you know what I mean. But to make it a little bit more shinobi, like we did with the Hattori Hanzo, I don't have a picture of it on here, but I have done a video of it before. So the Hattori Hanzo one where they just look like samurai. So Moley's Hattori Hanzo that he did was excellent in that he's got the rope, he's got the swords, he's got the bits and bats added to the samurai stuff. So if a ninja is going, so basically if you're opening the movie and it's, oh sorry, not opening the movie, you're opening the scene and it's a night raid, you need to have a squad of samurai all tied up and everything with helmets on, but without the tall stuff, without anything big on them, with daggers and small stuff, and they all need to have bayaboku in their mouth that sticks, except for the ninja who doesn't have it, and they're moving through the undergrowth, and you get to someone, like somebody leaps up coming, and you're like, oh, it's like you give the password and then they let them through, and the samurai come through with their mouths, you know, done like that, and the ninja's leading the samurai. Shoninki tells us this, and then we get to the fences and they're soaring through stuff, and they're looking, flags are being signalled and everything, and everybody's looking like what's going on. And then the next thing is somebody's getting out a bag and they're taking off their bayaboku and they're getting ready, and somebody's striking lights like that. And the next thing, torches are getting thrown into the encampment, and the samurai leaping through, ripping through the gates, and the shinobi just wanders on back. Do you know what I mean? He's like, done my stuff. So the first thing is, does shinobi wear the bayaboku? Probably not, unless the captain is leading a shinobi team. But then we're down to, does shinobi mean that one man, or does it mean to move in stealthily? Depends on the noun adjective discussion. So there's that. So there would be an armor at one point. You also get the idea of them moving into different people's houses. So then you would get loose clothing, and you would have like, I've got to be careful here. I've got unpublished manuals where I actually know what a ninja looks like when he moves in. I've got the full picture of a ninja when he's got like 9 tools, and it just you can totally see the image of him there. But basically they'd be wearing light clothes with, like, remember Bansen Shukai has the flowy sandal, the cushioned sandals. You might also have swords tied up in a certain way if they're running through the woods. So it isn't a case of, you would look, to Moley's annoyance, is you wouldn't say ninja. You would be like, samurai doing something. What are they doing? Okay, their swords tied in a strange way. Maybe they've got, some of the people have got gags in their mouths, or they're in a house and they're moving with their legs in a certain way and they're on padded shoes, or, you know, they're fanning something and powder is coming out of the center of the fan, and that type of thing would be in the film. So they wouldn't be outside of the norm. That's my issue. Or you could go for the full blacked up sort of like cami face, coming through the water with the leaves on top, you know, swimming through, katana, you know, moving up the shoreline like that and getting up, you know, mud dripping off them, and then moving in to sort of kill. And of course you'd have heads or pulling noses off. It would just be great. I'd make a great film or a great bloody game. Does anyone listen to me? No. Do I get any bloody views on YouTube? No. So, you know, who cares? Cummins said it, ignore it, sort of job. So, you know, just for fun. Right, guys, so I hope that answers the question, is what does a ninja look like in movies? They should look pretty much like samurai, but slightly different, and the background should be different. They should be doing different things, or in context, which is, to be honest, if you've watched all of my videos, you should be like, yeah, we're there with it. So, but of course, sometimes it takes people like me to sort of like pick out points where it gives you, there is the visualization of it. So there you go. Please do help, guys. Get yourself a copy of How to Be a Modern Samurai and read the chapter. So there's 10 steps in this. And actually, let me just tell you which step is the ninja one. I think it's, 8. So Step 8, adopt the ways of the ninja. Cultivate spies. Build a psychological profile of your opponents and your allies. Learn how to get someone to divulge secrets. Know that a ninja appears honest above all things. Present a false front. Do not be seen as a gossip monger. Find out what people really want. The sort of skills of the ninja in modern day life. So give it a go. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.